Hey folks, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you watching our videos. Today's video is about a Texas style brisket. There's many different ways to cook a brisket. A lot of folks put a lot of different seasonings on them and rubs, and those are good. They have their place, and I enjoy having those too. But when it comes to a Texas style brisket, it's just simply salt and pepper. My ratio is 50% salt, 50% pepper, so it's half and half. And of course, you know, in Texas, beef is king. And when it comes to smoking something on the smoker, most people prefer to smoke a brisket. Now, sometimes briskets can be a little daunting and a little difficult to cook and keep them tender and still make them taste good. So anyway, we've got a video lined out here that I think you're going to really enjoy, and this turned out to be probably one of the best briskets I've smoked in a really long time, according to the Queen, aka my wife, who is, as we all know, always right. So
stop it.
At any rate, Milan guys come by today, and I fed them. I appreciate all the hard work they do for us, and they were appreciative of their sandwiches. So anyway, I had a nice sandwich for my lunch, and stick around, watch the video, and I think you'll enjoy it. So, and by the way, I think I mentioned this in the video, I'm not sure, but I'll say it here again if I didn't. I'm cooking this on a Traeger Ironwood 650. You can cook it on any kind of a pellet grill as far as that goes. I enjoy using a pellet grill simply because I'm lazy and it doesn't require a lot of effort as a stick smoker does. I have a stick smoker, I just don't use it as much as I do my Traeger. You could also do this on a Yoder, Green Mountain, maybe a Weber Smoke Fire if you have one of those. But it's just a low and slow cook, and I wound up cooking this for about 10 3/4 hours, and it turned out awesome. So anyway, hang around and watch the video. I think you'll enjoy it. This is what's called a Packer trim brisket. I've had this in the freezer for a while. It's choice. Kind of cut into it a little bit there when I was cutting a package off of it. But you can see it's got quite a bit of hard fat here. We're going to trim that off. This meat here is kind of oxidized. We'll trim that up a little bit too, and we'll flip it over so it's on the back side here in a minute. But you want to get this off for sure, because this is not going to render down. It's just a hard chunk of fat. And I found that when you're trimming the brisket up, the best way to do it is to have that dude good and cold. So I'd leave it in the refrigerator and get it good and cold. And this fat trims up a lot better at that point. So we're going to try to get as much of this off as we can. Good chunk there. Maybe a little bit more right there. Don't want to get too deep. Caught this brisket on sale. I think it was $1.67 a pound or something like that, which to me is still too high, but you know, it is what it is. And remember, back in the day, you could buy a brisket for 99 cents a pound, but I think those days are long gone. You want to try to get some of this off best you can. This is a Texas style brisket. The seasoning we're going to use is pretty simple and basic. Salt and pepper. And that's it. 50-50 mixture, 50% salt, 50% pepper. I'm using kosher salt and coarse black pepper. Okay. Roll this dude over and see what the other side looks like. Okay, we need to get some of this off. I found that a lot of times when you're buying these briskets that are on sale, there's sometimes the quality is not quite what you'd expect, but you know it has to meet certain requirements. I think I'm going to leave most of this fat here on. You want to try to get it as level as you can. So maybe I'm going to trim that up a little more. Try to pull some of this oxidized meat off the side here. It's okay, it just doesn't look good. You know, if you're just bought this, it hadn't been frozen, you can save these chunks here and make some great burgers. Take that off there. Let's get some of that extra fat right there out of there. Trimming a lot off, but hey, you know, that's the nature of the beast when you're working with a choice cut brisket sometimes. I gotta quit cutting on this thing, so I'm gonna stop right there. Liar, there we go. Now I don't want to wash my hands, and I'll get my seasoning and we'll throw some on there. Let it sit for a few minutes and we'll go out and put it on the Traeger. Hang on just one sec. I'm gonna put a glove on so I can roll this thing over. I got some big hands, so finding gloves to fit me is almost impossible. And these fit when my hands aren't wet, but ain't working out too good here right now. It'll work okay though, I guess. Okay, like I say, 50% salt, kosher salt, 50% black coarse pepper. And we're doing a Texas style brisket. Go to East, South Texas, Central Texas. This is what you're gonna get. Most of those guys will use a post oak wood. I'm using a Traeger, so I'm using some oak pellets. You're getting different parts of the state, some guys use hickory. Some guys use a mixture of oak and hickory. Some use a mixture of mesquite. You get out into West Texas and some of South Texas. Okay, we're gonna call this good. I'm gonna let this set for a while. I'm gonna start the Traeger up. I'm gonna put it on 200 degrees, set it on super smoke, and let it cook for, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. And then we'll crank the temp up to about 250 and let her roll. So be back with you in just a second. Okay, we got our brisket. We're fixing to throw this dude on the Traeger. We'll slide this dude right off like that. Temperature probe, I'm going to stick right in here, kind of monitor that. I'll also check it with my instant read here in a bit. We'll close the lid up. Our temperature dropped quite a bit by doing that, but now I'm going to hit super smoke on this Ironwood 650. And we're going to let that dude do the super smoke for several hours. We'll come back and check it in a bit. It's 5 o'clock, so I'll come back probably at 9 and check it and see where we stand. So it's going to cook overnight, and I'll probably get up sometime in the middle of the night and double check my pellets, be sure they're doing okay. So for now, I'll see you. Okay, we're 7 hours in. We're at 160. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this thing and wrap it, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna put it back on the smoker. Got it at 250. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna go to bed for a while, and we'll get up in a bit, check it, and see how it's going. So right now we're gonna wrap. So hang with me here just a second. Okay, we got her back on the smoker, got our meat probes back in, and we're to bed. See you in a bit. Well, we finally got our brisket finished. Took it off at 202 temperature. We cooked about 10 hours and 45 minutes. It's been in the oven, wrapped up in the paper since about, I don't know, 5 o'clock this morning, so about 5 hours. So, but anyway.
To rest or cook?
To rest.
With the oven off.
The oven off, yeah. So it's got, you see it's got some nice bend to it, very tender. It's got a nice smoke ring. Hey, this come off of a Traeger Ironwood, friends. So don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't get a good smoke flavor or a smoke ring out of a pellet grill such as the Traeger Ironwood 650. I'm slicing this up. I kind of got carried away and started slicing it. My wife said, "You gonna record this?" I forgot about it. But my lawn guys come every Friday. Of course, this is Friday, so I'm gonna hook them up with a sandwich today because they're good guys and they treat me right and do a good job on my yard. So anyway, I'm gonna slice this up and make them a sandwich when they come by. I'm gonna eat one for sure. And for right now, I'm gonna go eat mine, so I'll see you.